Well, hello guys and welcome back to the channel. It's been just over a week since I put my last video up, but got to stay creative, right? Got to keep that structure, got to keep doing things. So that's been kind of my goal for the last few weeks. I think we're definitely all struggling with lockdown in our own ways. And I was saying to someone earlier, you know, everyone's problems are their own, whether that's worrying about food or worrying whether your business is going to shut down or just 101 things that we sometimes forget each of us are going through. For me, one thing I've realized is that getting structure back in my life and having purpose as well is super important to not being really freaking depressed. Like, it's so easy to get up and just sit there and just think, oh, don't need to do anything today. But you do. Even if you don't want to, it is good to just do shit. Like for me, I definitely wouldn't have associated the word structure within how I identify myself. I always thought that was about people that had a 9 to 5 or went to the gym after work or made a meal and sat down with family. Like, you know, that's not how I've lived my life. And then lockdown happened and I was like, oh my God, I actually had structure. It was just completely different to everyone else's. I would get up, I'd go and get a coffee, and then I'd go for a little drive and I'd sit in my car and I'd call my friends and I'd go for a run, and then I'd come back and I'd work for 12 hours, but I'd work from 12 till 12. And then the world stopped. And again, I didn't think it would affect me because I was like, oh, well, I'm a bit of a loner, you know, it's okay. It's not going to affect me in the same way because I'm used to doing my own thing. And on both those points, having structure and being a loner, I was so wrong. You know, the thing is that I've managed to reintroduce structure into my day now, which has been great. I get up, I'm working hard, I'm doing new things, I'm being creative. We've ripped out a bathroom and we've started rebuilding the office, and the garden's getting done, and loads and loads and loads of things. And then the other part that I realized that I need and want back in my life is that social interaction. You know, even though I might not have been hugely sociable, I still miss my friends and miss talking to them and just having that closeness of people, I guess. You know, social distancing, which is getting thrown around so much at the moment, I just hope it's not reconditioning us too much. I know, you know, some of my friends are real huggers, and I certainly love to give people hugs. And I think we're all kind of missing out on that too. So, yeah, life ain't bad. Restructuring has been a really good thing for me, actually, to realize that microwave meals 3 times a day aren't a good thing. That's something I've stopped doing. We've been buying loads of fresh fruit and veg, and I bought myself a NutriBullet, like just things that I never thought I would do. And cooking for myself, honestly, anyone that knows me, this is new territory. Like, this is scary. I open my fridge and I'm like, whoa, this is what it gets used for? So that's been really enjoyable. And the other thing that I've realized about getting that structure back and to kind of reintroduce purpose and be responsible for your mental condition, your mental well-being, is to be aware of that every day. I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, but in essence, we are responsible for the way we feel every single day. And the way I feel every single day is dependent on what I do. And that means that I have to get up every day and give myself purpose so that when I go to bed, I'm not depressed. So that when I wake up in the morning, I'm not depressed. And I got watching this video on YouTube. I'll stick a link somewhere for it. And it was called the Do Something Principle. And I read this months ago. But it's really helped me recently in keeping that momentum going, because like you, some days I get up and I'm just like, oh, I really can't be bothered today. And it will take me 3 or 4 hours to even start going. And the mistake a lot of us make, I think, is that we wait for motivation or inspiration to come, and it doesn't. So we have to create that by just doing things, by being almost autonomous in our actions until the motivation and the inspiration comes, and that circular motion of those things start to kick in again. So being aware of that, my downtime has become a lot less. My downtime, as in me feeling down, has become a lot less. And my creativity and my productivity have also gone up, because I am pushing myself every single time I feel like there's a little dip. I'm definitely kind to myself. You know, I'm aware that I'm feeling vulnerable at the moment, and I'm aware that I need to give myself days off, because I don't want to be like my dog. I don't want to not know when to drop the ball. Sometimes we've just got to drop the ball and go, hey, today is a day that I am not doing anything. But it's a decision. It's not a slow drift into it. It's like I wake up in the morning and today's a day I'm having off. And knowing that, it makes me feel better for it. I give myself permission to have a day off as well, so I don't feel too bad about having a day off. So yeah, I hope I don't sound like I'm preaching. I'm just kind of, my camera's my friend, right? So this is just a way for me to kind of share what I'm going through, and it'd be cool to know what you're going through too, or if you're kind of feeling and going through similar things. Another perspective that I have chosen to take on board, especially with lockdown, is this is forced downtime. Like, we can choose to look at ourselves as locked up, or we can choose to look at ourselves as being forced to take some time to readjust, reset, recalibrate, and just kind of figure out where we want to be. I've had a few discussions this week about people who've gone to me, oh, Josh, been working 7 days a week for the last 20 years. Now, even after lockdown, 2 days off every single week. Doesn't matter what 2 days, but I'm taking 2 days off. And that's cool. Like, that's really nice to see that people, all of us, are realizing that time isn't something that we can get back. So we should just make the most of it. For me, I'm learning even more new skills. You know, I just can't stop. I've got this. Found this in a drawer. This is my harmonica that I bought back in 2015 when I was in Santiago. So I'm going to start teaching myself a musical instrument. I've been working out more. I've been looking after myself physically, which is cool. And I'm beasting myself at least 4 times, 5 times a week. And again, just by doing anything, even if it's just something like 100 burpees, which I hate. I hate every single second of burpees. But when I've done it, and I've worked, and I've been creative, and I've hit those boxes for my day, when I get in bed and I go to sleep, I am out like a light. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell at the moment. Struggling, worried back here somewhere, those kind of things that we can't control, but just being kind of aware of all the things I can control. So mental health, structure, holding myself to account for the way I feel, because no one else can be held to account for that. They just can't. You know, I'm not going to blame the world for me feeling down, because that would be my decision not to get up and carry on. I'd say that's enough of an emotional outpouring for a Tuesday afternoon. Sometimes you got to be brave though, right? So tell me how you're feeling. Tell me how you're getting along. And if you need to talk, drop me a line. Otherwise, I will catch up with you very soon. Bye, guys.